Starting an AI agency sounds exciting. It's really flashy. Hundreds of kids that look just like me are trying to sell it to you. But let me tell you a little secret. It's mainly hype. I've been fortunate enough to work with and speak to incredibly talented and smart developers. And they will be the first to tell you that AI is revolutionary and is changing the game. But when it comes to YouTubers trying to sell AI agents and N8N, it's mainly hype right now. Hours testing agents that are giving you inconsistent results, endless customization, scope creep where the clients just ask for more and more and more. And worst of all, you're trying to solve some pretty complex tech issues for some pretty non-tech savvy business owners. This makes onboarding and delivering consistent results extremely difficult. Personally, with my company Review Harvest that makes over $26,000 every single month, just helping local business owners with this one small thing, I chose to go a much simpler route where I do the same thing for every single business owner. No customization or training AI agents is needed. It's just setting up a simple automation and copying and paste it from business to business. I've been doing this for over a year and a half now, and last month I made over $26,000 in recurring revenue with this stupid simple automation. And myself, just like all the other AI agent gurus out there, I do have a paid school community, but I want to give you access to that school community totally for free. The last thing I want you to do is have to pay for that community. So stick around to the end and I'll show you how you can get access to everything I've learned, my snapshots, my templates, weekly coaching calls with me, and much more totally for free. And before I show you exactly how to set up these local business owners on a software so that it automates the process of them getting reviews and then paying you every single month, I want to show you about Connor. Connor is somebody in my community. He's an affiliate of mine who got started about 7 months ago. And you can see that he has 23 clients now onboarding, paying him every single month, month after month, all active customers. And the unique thing about Connor is that he actually skipped out on med school. He skipped out on med school. And if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was paid for through the military or something like that. He skipped out on it to start his own business, to help local business owners get Google reviews. And now he's gotten 23 reviews. And he tells you it takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of effort and learning. But he's actually getting these results. And the crazy thing to me is that people will go to school for 4 or 5 years, go to college, rack up some student loan debt, whatever it is, and then get out of college and struggle to find a job that pays them $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 a year, right? But I promise you, if you stay dedicated to this for 4 years, Connor already has 23 customers. The first 5, 6, 7 months and the first 10 customers are the hardest by far, bar none. Once you get to like 20, 30, the ball really start to roll. That word of mouth will start to kick in and you'll start to grow easier. But he's only been doing it for 7 or 8 months. So let's say that he spends, instead of going to college for 5 years and potentially getting student debt or whatever it is, he's definitely going to hit 100 customers here if he sticks with it for the next 2, 3, 4 years. And on average, our clients pay us about $150 per month on average. So that's $15,000 per month, $180,000 per year without having to go to school and get a degree and do any of that stuff. And you have location freedom, time freedom. You can work wherever you want to. And the best part is, once these people are set up, since it's recurring, they pay you pretty much every single month as long as you're still getting the reviews. So it really does compound. Like for me, I know that it was really hard for me to get my first 5 or 10 customers. But once I figured out the process, once I got that ball rolling, now I've only been doing it for about 20 months and I have, I think, 250 active SaaS customers paying me. And for me, I went to school, but I haven't even been doing this for 4 or 5 years or anything like that yet. But I've acquired a couple hundred SaaS customers that pay me every single month, month over month. And there's nothing better than getting a Stripe notification from someone you haven't talked to in 6 or 7 months, paying you another $199 just to help them get Google reviews. It's one of the best feelings in the world. So at this point, you might be like, this sounds really technical. It sounds difficult. I don't know how to do any of this stuff. I'm just a beginner. I'm just trying to make an extra $1,000, $3,000, $5,000 a month on the side. Like, this sounds like a big endeavor. And here's the great news. And it's beginner friendly because there's this software called Highlevel, right? So what Highlevel is, it allows you to, let's show you all the features here. It gives you all of these features that normally business owners are paying 10 or 15 different softwares for, and it combines it all into one platform where they give you different sub accounts. You can have unlimited sub accounts on the $297 a month plan, or 3 sub accounts on the $97 per month plan, where you could set each client up on a different sub account, and they could all pay you $100, $300, $500 a month, depending on what you're selling them, right? And the great part is that if you're a beginner, they've gone through the process of building out the software, hiring the developers and everything, and now you can just slap your logo on it and it's beginner friendly. And the reason why I love white label for beginners, like white labeling a software or something like that for beginners, is because you don't have to worry about the product side of things, right? To make money in a business, you need to have like a product or service you have to sell, right? So that's Highlevel. Highlevel providing that product, that software, that service that we're providing HighLevel's built all of it, right? We just have to figure out how to set people up on it, which is pretty simple if you've used the software like that before. And even if you haven't, you can learn it in a couple of days if you actually focus and sit down and don't convince yourself you're not a techie person, right? And so now all we have to do is figure out how to market and sell, right? So instead of having to do product, marketing, sales, all that stuff, and also hiring and paying people to do this sort of stuff, we always have to worry about is marketing and selling, right? Which is simple. It's not easy. It's simple though. And so you can just kind of put your head down for 3 to 6 months. You can figure these two out. You don't have to worry about this third one, which is a huge time saver. And if you see that you get a 14-day free trial with HighLevel, but you sign up with my link down below in the description, you'll get an extended 30-day trial. You'll get my snapshot, which basically what a snapshot is that it gives you all the stuff I built out for all my clients that we work with for Review Harvest that pay us $100, $300 a month just for reviews. You get all the templates, all the automations, all the scripts, all that stuff baked in. You just use my link down below and I'll send you all that stuff over so you can just plug and play your business name, your logo, whatever. You also get access to my community with like 600, 700 people in it. They're doing the same thing so we can all learn from each other. And then 2 to 3 coaching calls a week with me so that I can meet you where you are and help you get set up and make sure you start making some semi-passive income. So why would business owners pay a couple $100s a month for us to get them reviews and automate that process? You can see Home Advisor and Thumbtack here are spending a bunch of money every single month, basically getting leads for these businesses. And then these businesses are basically paying for shared leads. Meaning if I need somebody to come wash my home, I go to Thumbtack and I fill out my information of what I'm interested in. Now Thumbtack's going to go sell that lead to 10, 15 different companies. So a lot of these business owners and entrepreneurs are exhausted of chasing these leads that are sick and tired of being followed up with, right? They basically get hit up 4 or 5 different times from local businesses because they just went to Home Advisor or they went to Thumbtack. And so they're tired of these shared leads and they want to get their own exclusive leads. And the only way to get exclusive leads is for you to generate them yourself from your Google Business profile, through all your reviews, or to actually run ads on Facebook or your website and stuff like that. Those are exclusive leads to them that aren't getting shared across a bunch of different business owners. And so if they get a bunch of reviews, they're going to have a lot higher likelihood of ranking up here at the top. And for most of them, 1 or 2 services a month would cover the cost of our couple $100s a month where we automatically get them reviews. So how do we actually set these business owners up to help them get reviews and automate the entire process, right? Well, that's obviously where HighLevel comes in. So if you want to, feel free to sign up my link down below in the description to get an extended trial, all my goodies, all my coaching totally for free. But once you do have your account, what you're going to want to do is you want to go to sub accounts and you want to create a sub account. Right? So you're going to create an account and I will give you my snapshot, the exact snapshot I use that has all the email templates, the text templates, the automations, all built out automatically. And so here you'll just import my snapshot, you'll select the snapshot, and now you can go look for your client. You can search them up on Google and see if you can find them, or you can just add all their information in here manually and then click on add sub account. It's important to note this is not creating them as a user. This is not going to notify them. This is simply just adding a sub account into your HighLevel account. And it's important to know that HighLevel's got kind of 2 views. It's got the agency view where you can see all your stuff on the agency level. You can see all your clients from like a 10,000 foot perspective. And then also you have a sub account view. You can go into a sub account and look at an individual client. What you're going to want to do is you want to get them on some sort of onboarding call. This can be on the sales call as well. You can meet with them at a coffee shop. You can do the calls together where you kind of say, hey, this is what we're doing. And then you can just walk them through the setup process. But the first step is going to be go to settings and to add their information as a user. So you go to my staff, you add them as a user, and then they'll be able to log in and get onto their computer. And once they're logged in on their computer, the first thing you're going to get them to do is click on Launchpad, and you're going to get them to connect their Google Business profile. This is going to allow us to get the Google review link. This is going to allow us to respond to the reviews. This is going to allow us to pull all the reviews in for review widgets and stuff like that. The second thing we want to do is we want to grab all their previous contacts. So we're going to grab all their previous contacts, and then we also want to integrate whatever system they use to pull their new contacts in, right? And so to add their previous contacts, this gets a little bit tricky because it's different every time. But you're going to want to go to their booking system, their CRM, and export all their contacts as a CSV file. We need their name, email, and phone number, and then you can just import contacts right here. It's really simple. You just import the CSV file, you map the fields, and now all those contacts are uploaded. From there, what you're going to want to do on the onboarding call is you're going to go to marketing, and you're going to want to get them to connect their social media accounts. So this is going to allow you to automatically post 5-star reviews on their social media account with their photos, their logo, their branding, all that sort of stuff. So now we're also creating social media content for them, not just capturing these reviews. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to, that's kind of the onboarding call. Those are the big main things you need. The last thing you'll need on that onboarding call is to try and create some sort of CRM integration. So where all their customers lived, we want to integrate with that. One way that makes it really easy, if the business owner does use like QuickBooks or something, you can go to integrations here and you can choose QuickBooks Connect here, and you can just connect QuickBooks or Wave or Stripe or something like this. And that way, anytime they're getting a new customer in there, it's going to add the contact into their Highlevel sub account automatically. And if you aren't able to do it natively just through one of these native integrations, what you'll have to do is use Zapier. I have a video on my channel. Just look up Zapier or look up how to integrate Highlevel with any CRM, how to do a CRM integration with Highlevel. You can find plenty of videos. That's a very important part, so that you can not only just get them a bunch of reviews from their previous customers, but you can also automate the process of requesting reviews from all their new customers. And that's what's going to keep them paying you for a long time. Once you've got them off the onboarding call, what you want to do is you want to go to settings. You want to make sure you turn on Reviews AI. So you make sure you turn on Reviews AI where you're automatically responding. You can also, nowadays, you can like change the tone so you can be empathetic, solution oriented, stuff like that. You want to make sure you turn that on. You want to make sure you go to widgets and you customize this widget. So basically, once they connect their Google Business Profile, it's going to give you these little review widgets they can embed on their website to display all their reviews. And so that way, anybody that's on their site can see all the social proof they have. So now, once again, this is just making our service more and more sticky. Now we've got something on their site that is to us. They know if they stop paying us, they're going to lose that. And then one of the main things you need to do is you need to go to settings. You need to go to custom values, and then you need to set all the custom values. So these custom values aren't in Highlevel by default. They're actually in my snapshot. So you'll need my snapshot to have all these custom values and have all the automations built out already for you. What I created these custom values to be is they're the brains of the sub account. When I was onboarding, 5, 10, 15 people a week, I don't have to go and change the automations every time somebody wanted to change something or there was some variance. So these custom values right here are the brains of the operation. They control how many follow-ups we send. They control what review link we send out. They control the logo we send out on the emails. They control all that sort of stuff. So all you have to do is come in here to these 10 custom values and set them. And the cool thing is I even have built-in notifications, because if the CRM integration isn't working and we're not sending out review requests, or they're not adding contacts like they said they would, then it's really important that we're notified, because if they're not adding contacts, we're not getting them reviews and they're going to churn. So you can even set a notification setting in here where that if they're not sending out a certain number of review requests every 14 days, we get notified and we can come in and we can figure out why that's happening. So once you have all these set, literally all it is you see all the automations already built out for you. So we go to review workflows. All the automations already built out for you. You don't have to really touch much in here at all. I can kind of explain how it is. We got the SMS sending out, we got the email, we've got kind of the checks and balances if they've already left a review. That's all built in already, right? I'm tracking all that in the snapshot, so you don't have to worry about building that out. But all you do is you just add all the previous customers to that workflow, and that's when you start the review reactivation. We get them a whole bunch of reviews up front. So that's kind of like how you actually get them results. I've got way more videos on my channel going in way more in depth on this. I've got a 9-hour video on how to set up all this stuff, but that's how you get them reviews. So how do you actually get these local business owners to trust you enough to give you their card information and start getting them reviews, and so they can pay you every single month over month? Well, this is probably the hardest part. This is the reason most people quit, because they get discouraged. They can't deal with the rejection. And so I've talked about this 3-step process that I did to get my first 75, 80 SaaS customers at nausea. I feel like I talked about it in 100 plus videos. Basically what it is step 1, reach out to your local network. Step 2, use the proof you got from your local network to reach out to people locally in your area. And then step 3 is run ads locally. So use the proof you got in your local area to then run ads to people in your area. Can I put that cold outreach on steroids to get your first customers, right? And I have plenty of other videos about how to do that. But what I want to talk about, another thing that I did when I was getting started, which was one of those things that I think probably got me a lot more clients than I realized. And only it was me like looking back, like, oh yeah, all those conversations actually amounted to something, because a lot of it wasn't immediate. But what I did was I joined the Chamber of Commerce. Right? So I joined the Chamber of Commerce, and I would go to a decent amount of events. And so every Chamber of Commerce should be a couple $100 a year or something, and it should have a calendar with all the events. And what I'd recommend, if you're just getting started, go to every single one of these events. Most of them have what they call ribbon cuttings. I think that's probably one of the best ones to go to, where a new business that's opening or just joining the chamber has like a ribbon cutting. And you can go to that business owner and you know they're fresh, you know they're not using review software yet, you know they probably need reviews because they're brand new, and you can go there and you can sell them on that. Or you can just at least start the conversation and then, say, hey, love to talk to you sometime, see who might be able to help you out. And the key of these things is just try to make relationships, try to help other people go in there, trying to serve others. And so maybe they ask them about their Google Business Profile, and you're like, I don't know. I think I have the answer. Go do the research and then send them an answer what to do. That's going to build so much goodwill. And even though it might not get you paid immediately, doing that over time will lead, I promise, will lead to you getting more customers. And guys, as always, I want to remind you that this is hard. I want to make sure expectations are set properly, that this is not a get rich quick scheme. It's going to take years of dedication. It took me, 2 years to get it to where I am today. And so it doesn't happen overnight, especially if you don't have any prior experiences. And I remember I have this, if you know this video, you're an OG, you're a real one. Like, I have this video pulled up here because I remember I used to have hard days, hard sales calls where I would go on a walk at, kind of the middle of the day, or just to blow off steam or get away from the computers I've been staring at for 10 hours in a row. And I just listened to this video on repeat. And one of the main things was like, stay focused, don't get shiny object syndrome, all that stuff. And so if you're in a previous opportunity right now and you're trying to jump ship, you might want to just stay. Because I promise you, this isn't easy. It's a very simple business, 100%. Like, it doesn't get much more simpler than like, hey, I get local business owners reviews. Very simple. It's not easy though. It takes time. And so I just want to make sure those expectations are set properly, because I don't want to deceive anybody. So all my training, access to coaching calls with me, my courses, my templates, all that stuff is available for $299 a month, but I do not want you to pay $299 a month. I would much rather you just sign up with my link down below in the description to Highlevel. You're going to get an extended 30-day trial. You pay the same exact rate. I just get a percentage of it, and I get to give you a whole bunch of free coaching. It's a good deal for everybody. If you already have Highlevel, you can just upgrade to the next plan with my link, and you'll get access to all this stuff for free. My sales and onboarding call recordings, a 7-day A to Z reputation agency course, how to start from zero and have it up and running and have your first client within 7 days, all that stuff. As you can see, we have 4 coaching calls a week, 1 with a Facebook ads expert and 3 with me. And I'd love to just kind of meet you where you are and help you out. So look forward to seeing you in the community. And if you like this video, feel free to check out the next one. It's a 9-hour video showing you exactly how I run my entire business from scratch, all the way from starting with nothing to having a business up and running and getting paid.